After a year of uncertainty, now more than ever, people need a little help navigating their finances, to say the least. Well, joining us today is the head of Goldman Sachs Personal Financial Management, that is Joe Duran. He's here to help share some helpful tips that he is giving to his clients and what you may be able to learn from them yourselves. Joe, thanks for joining us this morning.
You bet. It's great to be here.
Now, thank you for joining us, because what have you been advising your clients amidst all the uncertainty of a global pandemic?
Well, it's been an amazing time. We've seen a 35% decline in 6 weeks. That's never happened in the markets before. We're now in the midst of a very heated election, and people are nervous. And they've seen this huge recovery in the markets led by tech stocks. And right now they're in a whipsaw between being afraid of losing money and being afraid of missing out on the gains that are happening. So we tell our clients the same thing we always do, which is first, emotions are bad for your health when it comes to investing. And so you don't want to have your greed or your fear drive your decision making. You should not make binary decisions to get in or get out. It should be deliberate decision making without emotion. And number two, to keep things in perspective, your money is going to be with you for not just today, but for years and for decades. And so you need to make decisions with a long-term perspective. Those are the two most important pieces of advice we can give to people, not just for today, but for every day.
And 2020 has been kind of a year of what happens next. So what are some of the biggest challenges you see in today's economy?
Well, the three things we're concerned about. One is the pandemic come back for a second wave. It's starting to happen in London and Madrid. They're talking about closing down again. Number two, what happens with the elections? It's definitely going to be a close election. With that, you will see heightened volatility. Our research shows that close elections lead to higher volatility in the markets. So don't be surprised if it's a kind of a messy few months here. And lastly, what do you do with interest rates at 0.6% on a 10-year bond? What should you be investing in to capture yield, most especially if you're a retired investor?
So how can financial managers then help individuals and families during this time?
Well, a good advisor does two things that you can't do for yourself. The first one is they understand you and bring objectivity to your decision making. We're all unique. We all have different families. We all have different backgrounds and different futures, different jobs. And so you need an advisor who understands you uniquely and personally and can deliver advice that's right for you, because what's right for you is not what's right for your neighbor. Number two, they bring expertise and resources to help you solve your complex situations. And that might go beyond investing. Certainly, a firm like Goldman, we have a lot of investment resources, but just as important is our ability to help with planning needs and tax questions. And so again, a firm like ours with 150 years of working with individuals, we're really the gold standard for financial advice. We bring all of our resources to bear, but first and foremost, it starts around understanding you and what matters to you. And that's what you should expect from a great advisor.
And with that gold standard, that's really what people really should be looking out for when seeking a financial advisor, correct?
That's right. You really don't want to compromise. And you need to make sure that they start and end with helping you and understanding you and your uniqueness. Because, again, if they do all the talking and very little listening, then they don't know. They're going to come with a canned solution rather than a solution that's right for you.
What's your website in case our viewers want to grab more information about your services?
So if you go to Goldman PFM, that stands for Personal Financial Management, goldmanpfm.com. You have tons of great resources there, lots of research, a really great diagnostic tool that in 5 minutes will tell you how you think and feel about money, how it affects your saving and your investing. And lastly, obviously access to any one of our amazing advisors. We have a great team right there in Las Vegas that can help you really understand and help you through big financial decisions that you're confronting.
Well, Joe, we appreciate you taking the time out this morning and giving us this information as we proceed forward. And by the way, a Raiders fan back when they called LA home. So now they're ours. Sorry, Joe.
Sorry. Me too.
All righty. Appreciate your time.
You bet.
All right. The website again is goldmanpfm.com to take control of your finances during these times of uncertainty. Goldman Sachs Personal Financial Management, a proud sponsor of Las Vegas Morning Blend.